Hi. Happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday. I'm gonna make some water. Wednesday, April 30th. Yesterday was my birthday. 47. It's weird because I'm like 3 years from 50 and that feels weird. And like next year will be my 30th high school graduation reunion or whatever. And that's weird. And time is weird. Like it's so weird. Speaking of time, Friday, May the 23rd is my official surgery date. And I am not okay. It's like, Missy! So if you're new here to my channel, hey, hi, hello. My name is Misty. I am having a C2 to T2 fusion on May the 23rd. So when this video goes up a month and not even a month, like 4 weeks away. Yeah, I've had so much anxiety today. And I told her, I was like, I don't know if this is surgery anxiety, if it's storm anxiety, because we were under a tornado watch for a little while. I don't know that we still are. Filming this at 6:30. If this is just like generalized anxiety, if it's asthma, like, I don't know, but I've been struggling. And I knew this was coming. I mean, I picked this date. This was the date that I had in mind. When I messaged today, she's like, well, we initially said the 22nd. She's like, but the 23rd has come open. And I asked Rob which one he would prefer, and he said Friday the 23rd. So that's the one we're doing. I have pre-op the week before on that Thursday. So 16 days away. Oh, Lord, mercy on myself. I feel like I just need a fast until then. I've been doing pretty well except for yesterday. It was my birthday. I made chips and queso. We had fried chicken for dinner. So yeah, yesterday was not an on-plan eating day. So the rest of the time has to be. And I have to buckle down and get it done, which is what I've been saying. And I even talked to my therapist about it and stuff. And she's like, now you told me that this isn't from your doctor, right? I'm like, yeah, no, my doctor would have had surgery, last year when I was, a little heavier than I am now. I said, this is just me. I would feel more comfortable if I were a little bit smaller. And I do think that I could be under 300 by surgery date. I think I can do it. 24 days technically on this day. So I think I can do it. So it's just a matter of me buckling down, upping my protein. So I have, collagen, like protein, collagen, all of that stuff, just kind of get my body in the best health it can be leading up to this surgery. My glucose has continued to come down. Yesterday it was high, of course, because I had chips and queso and then fried chicken for dinner. I didn't eat much fried chicken, had one piece and then like basically one individual side because I had like half the mashed potatoes and gravy and half the coleslaw. I just wasn't very hungry. And I kept telling Rob, I was like, why did I get such a big meal? What was I doing? So he's got the rest of the chicken in the refrigerator for him to eat at some point in the future. I am terrified, you guys. Like, I am so scared. Yesterday, I asked Rob, I was like, what happens if I have to sneeze right after surgery? I said, what happens if I have to sneeze right after surgery? Am I going to pop a staple? Like, what the hell? And I was just like, I made a sarcastic post on Facebook about how, in reflection on the anniversary of the day of my birth, my deep question is, what happens if I sneeze? So, yeah, I'm trying to just stay lighthearted and stay on top of things and just be okay with things. So I go this Friday for blood work. I see not the rheumatologist. I see my immunologist on the 16th. So I have pre-op on the 15th, see the immunologist on the 16th, Spravato on the 19th, and then at some point during that week, I'll get my hair cut again. I'm gonna have him shave it off, and then I'll have my nails done, and then I'll be ready to go on that Friday. Excuse me. I don't know. I have just so many thoughts and feelings and emotions, and yesterday was my birthday, and it's my grown-up birthday wish that my next birthday I'm in a better position than I am, or I was yesterday, or I am today. Roxy, girl, what are you doing? Man, excuse you, I'm busy. She has a bell because she got locked in the closet. Facebook reminded me that yesterday or the day before, that she had gotten locked in the closet all day when I was at work one time. So now she has a bell. So I have all this nervous energy and then nowhere to put it but into filming. So I'm doing my Pride collab for the months of May and June. So I'll be posting a Pride card every Friday in May and June. And we're doing a Instagram hop with a ton of prizes this Friday. This started as just my friend Michael and I, and it's kind of exploded, and I'm so grateful for that, and so grateful that they took over, because I was number one, I was not expecting it to be this big thing, and number two, I can barely think. I can't. I was talking to my friend Jason last night, and I kept leaving out words or putting the wrong word, and I finally said, I hope you're able to decipher this, because I don't know what's going on. No idea what's going on. So yeah, oh my gosh, why am I yawning? I swear I only start yawning when I talk to you guys. I haven't been yawning this whole entire time. I just got off of FaceTime with my brother and Boone. He wasn't real sure to what. I was like, it's Mimi, because he has never seen me with short hair. I've always had long hair. And so I was like, it's me, I just got a haircut. And then I had to say his name the way I go, Mr. Boone. And so then he was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's Mimi. He was more concerned about the way he cut this is weird. I can't get it to lie a certain, it'll only lie this way and blah, blah, blah. Look how bald I am, oh word. So yeah, have a hat, which we talked about. I did get a stocking cap for, Deb had mentioned that if my head is shaved, my head might get cold in the hospital. So I did grab stocking cap for that. I am packed and ready to go. I have all this nervous energy and don't know what to do with it other than just film and trying to sell off some of the furniture in the guest room that we're not going to be using. I have selling our dresser. I've got a headboard that I'm selling. So trying to just be productive and just going about life. And this isn't necessarily looming over me, and it's more of a sense that this is what's coming and it's big. And that's what my therapist and I kept talking about. She's like, are you planning for the worst? No, I'm not planning for the worst. I said, I'm going into this very hopeful. I said, but, she said it could be 70 to 80%, or 70%. I said, but if I get 50%, I'm going to be happy with my decision. She's like, so you don't think you're going to get 70%? I was like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I have to be realistic. I have to be realistic, because I've done other things to my back, which promised a shit ton of release when there was none. So going into this, hoping for 70, but resigned to be okay with my decision for 50%, because this is a big damn surgery. It's huge and it's scary. And, I don't know. I'm trying to remain grounded and realistic and go into this very, very hopeful, but also managing my expectations just in case. So it's been a wild ride for sure. Yeah. I have a lot of appointments in the next couple of weeks. I see my dentist. I've got Spravato. What else do I have next week? There's something else I was supposed to do next week. I don't remember what it was. So yeah, I am. Oh, I see the cardiologist, Misty. Duh. I see the cardiologist on Monday. I'm taking an Uber to that appointment. I don't know what I'm gonna do about. I may have to Uber to one of either Thursday's appointment or Friday's appointment. Probably Thursday's appointment because Thursday's appointment is closer and it'll be a cheaper Uber ride. I don't know. So yeah, just logistics is what I've got to think about. I don't know that I can move my immunologist appointment. So, because they wanted me to do the pre-op on the 16th, and I was like, can't the 16th? Can I do the 14th or the 15th? Because I have no idea what time that appointment will be done. I mean, he normally gets his, I don't ever wait longer than like 15 or 20 minutes at that appointment, knock on wood. Hopefully I'm not jinxing us. And I told Rob, that appointment's at 7:30. I said, if we're done by 8:30, I said, you should be home by 9. I said, so, you'll be starting an hour late instead of a couple hours late. So that one I feel like would be the one to have him take me. And then this other one would be the one where I'm okay with taking an Uber and maybe having him pick me up or something. My only concern is I'm going to the hospital for all this pre-op stuff. Am I going to be able to walk, or can I get someone to, wheel me around? I don't know. So yeah. Plan for the rest of this week as far as eating, or the rest of the next few weeks as far as eating, is I'm just going to try to be as low carb as possible, as protein heavy as possible. Maybe I'll do carnivore for the next couple of weeks and just see how that works. Again, you guys know I can't handle a reheated meat, so it'd have to be something that I cooked every single day, which would be a little bit of a bummer. But at the same time, it's like, I've got to get my blood glucose down, and that's going to be the quickest way to do it. And I told Rob, I was like, yesterday, birthday, okay, free pass. But the rest of this, no more. Like, I'm not even going to bother trying to have any carbs for a while. I got to get this blood sugar down. And that's my main focus. And if that means I don't have carbs for the next 23 days, I don't have carbs for the next 23 days. Whatever I need to do to get it down. And I got to talk to the doctor about getting off. I can't do this high of a dose of metformin. I literally cannot do this high of a dose of metformin. So, it's like, okay, can I bump down or so? He wants me to go back on that other Glimper ride or whatever. So maybe we can do that instead. I don't know, but it's like, okay, metformin is making me have the exact opposite issue as far as digestion as I had in the past. Now it's like I can't keep anything down or in, I guess I should say. So I'm just like nervous. I'm so nervous. Anxious, nervous. To me, nervous and anxious are a little bit different. Like, I associate negative feelings with anxiety and kind of neutral feelings with nervous. Are you the same way? Because my therapist and I were talking about that. She's like, so you have some anxiety. I was like, I don't know that I consider nervous and anxiety and anxious. I don't know. To me, they're different, but maybe they're not. And that's just a me thing. So yeah. It'll be fine. It's going to be good. I'm going to be well prepared. I'm going into this as eyes wide open as I can be. I've got to sit down and make notations about when I have to stop which medicines, because I'm going to have to do that within the next week or so. I have to be off my Celebrex for 2 weeks. That's going to suck. I am not looking forward to that. At least we're not in the dead of winter when I have to go off my anti-inflammatory. Another reason why I feel like I want to do, very low carb, carnivore or whatever. A part of me is like, maybe I should just do a liquid diet. Like, just live on protein drinks for the next couple of weeks. And I'm like, Misty, that's not a healthy way to look at things. So, yeah. And then every time I think of that, my poor grandma, she did her best. My poor Nana, she tried her best. But she wanted me to do Slim Fast steaks, and I couldn't stand the taste of them. That's why I can't have a steak from Whataburger. I feel like their shakes taste like Slim Fast. But since I didn't find it palatable, she would put Jell-O powder Slim fast. Kind of negating all of it, but bless her heart. That's what I think of. Excuse me. That's what I think of anytime I think of protein shakes is her. But I have the ones from the Fairlife chocolate ones are really good. I like the Core Power ones. And then I have the Italian Ice Clear Protein from 1UP. That's really good. That literally tastes like lemonade. So I do have some options as far as protein drinks go. And then as far as eating, I don't know what I'm going to do after surgery, but we'll cross that bridge when it gets here. For right now, I'm just going to focus on one day at a time, making sure I'm hitting my protein goal, making sure I'm hitting, you know, at least 16 to 1800 calories a day. And whether that's in one meal or if that's in 2 meals, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I don't know. So that's what's happening in our world. What's going on in your world? I love George Strait. New floors are in. We talked about that last week, I think. I don't really have much other than that to talk about. I don't have anything else to talk about, I guess. I am just, nervous, scared. It's a big surgery. But now I have an exact date because I thought we said it was going to be on either of those days, and that's why I reached out today for an exact date. I don't know what we talked about in the office that day, but clearly there was a miscommunication on my part or their part. I don't know, but I don't have any concerns with the cardiologist. My cholesterol's fine. I just had an echocardiogram 2 years ago. So that's fine. No, it was a couple of years. I would not go on Ozempic until I had a echocardiogram done. So it's been a few years now. So yeah. That's it. That's all I have to tell you. Maybe I'll vlog the next few weeks and just, again, I need a way to siphon this nervous energy off me and into something else. Earlier, I literally sat down at my crafting desk and my heart was just pounding and racing. And I said, take a breath. And I took a breath and I was like, take another breath. I literally sat there and made myself breathe until I felt my heart rate come down, because it's like, I can't feed into the anxiety. I've got to start, just kind of bringing it down. And I can only control what I can control, and that's what I need to be focused on right now, which is what I eat and how I'm getting my body ready for surgery the best way that I know how. And so, yeah, that's just, it's going to take, meditating every day. It's going to take, my therapist's like, I really wish you would consider journaling. And I was like, I just hate to write. I hate writing. I hate it. Plus, I just talk to myself out loud. And I feel like when I talk to myself out loud, that I am, having a conversation and I worked it out loud with myself. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm yawning. I'm gonna start yawning until I turn on the camera. I'm worried about Rob. He's been working so many hours. And I know that this is just going to be extra stress for him. And I was talking to my brother. He's like, how long is the surgery? I said 10 to 12 hours. He's like, what? I said, I know. I said, that's why I said I don't want you to bother coming down. I said, I'm already worried about Rob having to sit there for 10 to 12 hours. I would lose my brain if I had to sit there with just my phone. I said, I have an iPad. He's refusing the iPad, and I'm just going to let him do what he feels like he needs to do. That's on him. I can only offer what I think might help. But at the end of the day, he has to handle the stress the best way he knows how for him. I mean, neither of us have gone through this before. I mean, I've had surgery, but we haven't done this. Like, this is big, scary, serious. So yeah. I hope everything between now and then is as smooth sailing as possible. Like, I need the least amount of stress in my life as possible. And I am gonna have to be on top of it, be on top of making sure that I am, you know, stay on top of my medicine, stay on top of my pain meds, making sure that I am, you know, again, staying busy as much as I can. Like, whether that's filming or reading or whatever I need to do to kind of just keep myself calm for the next few weeks, it's what I'm gonna have to do. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. It was a good birthday. I mean, I made it another trip around the sun, and I feel like that's all you can ask for, right? I was just thinking earlier about weight, because my friend Jason and I have been friends since like the 3rd grade. We even dated a little bit. And I told him, I was like, I haven't been this size since our freshman year in high school. And it's weird to even just think that out loud, and to know that by the time the 23rd gets around, I could be the same size I was in like 7th or 8th grade. And that is bananas. Being 47, bananas. Being under 300 pounds, bananas. Like, all of it just feels bananas. It's just, time is weird. Time is so weird. And I feel like it's both slow and fast at the exact same time. And I'm just really trying to not lose my brain. That's really all I can do. So anywho, we'll keep it short like that. We'll keep it to that today. I hope you're doing well. Tomorrow is going to be mine. It's going to be mine. And that is weird. And wow. And yeah, we're going to do it, y'all. 24 days. 24 days. Goddamn. It's taking every ounce of willpower I have not to buy everything strawberry shortcake that I can set my eyes on. Really trying not to. I'm trying not to emotionally eat. I'm trying not to emotionally shop. So I've got to figure out another way to handle my emotions. So it's like filming, reading, playing a game. All of that is allowed right now. Like, anything that I have to do to kind of keep myself calm and cool and just, you know, facing each day as it comes, I'm gonna do, you know. So yeah, I'm ready. Am I ready? No. No, I'm actually not. Did you know there's Ninja Turtles on the Roku homepage? I had no idea until my friend Tina pointed them out. And I'm like, I had no idea they were Ninja Turtles, but apparently there's only 3, not 4. So yeah, anywho, that's it. Some of you have been with me since 2017. We are literally just 8 years past the point. 8 years? 7 years? 7 years. No, 8 years, Misty. 8 years past the point where I very first started documenting my journey on this channel, March 2017. And some of you have been with me since the very beginning, through all of the testing I endured, through thinking I had ALS for an entire month, to having to do those stupid nerve conduction studies, to getting that diagnosis and just being so relieved, and then losing that diagnosis, and then spending the next 2 years trying to figure out what the crap is wrong with me, and then realizing that it's probably been my neck and possibly the FSHD. But a lot of it has been my neck this whole entire time. And we could have fixed this years ago. I feel like it's like not the end of an era, but it's like 8 years later we have the answer. And yet Monday was the first time that I told my therapist about what happened with the last neurosurgeon. And I said, you know, if he had just said, I don't want to operate on you at your size, I said I would have been fine with that. And would have either gotten a second opinion or something. But if I had made that flippant comment to that neurosurgeon in March of 2023, we wouldn't be here today. Getting weaker and weaker and weaker. And again, my hope is that I hope for 70% relief. I would love 70% relief, but I'm going to be happy if I at least get 50% relief. I'm managing my expectations. I'm trying to go into this as realistic, but hopeful and positive as possible. And I just feel like I've got to do everything in my power to protect my mental health over the next few weeks. I almost said months, probably months too, but really the next few weeks. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you, those that leave comments and you check in with me. Those of you who are silent watchers, if you can say a prayer, light a candle, talk to your spirit guides, whatever you do, you know, I appreciate it, because I need a support system behind me. And I have felt you guys all the time behind me. And I appreciate you so much, more than I could ever tell you. And I'll take you along with me, the good, the bad, the ugly. But hopefully more good than bad or ugly. All right, friends, I love you. Happy 1st of May. 23 days, Misty. We've got this. We can do this. We've got this. We can do this. We've got this. We can do this. I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.